Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here with me. Let's tap right in and see what storyline Spirit would like to share with you this afternoon. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. All right. In the central energy, we've got the Emperor here and Temperance. The Emperor is the leader, all about structure, rules, and power, and it looks like he's bringing it into balance and harmony. So wherever he is, whatever he's doing, he's bringing it into balance. Challenge, in the challenge position, we have the Devil in the reverse. A detachment. Restoring control. In the subconscious, we've got the Magician here. Willpower, power, manifestation, action. In the recent past, we've got justice, the law of cause and effect, balance, the law, making things fair, intentions and expectations, So I would say the expectation is there's going to be some lying. Folks are lying. Folks are trying to be deceitful. Trying to get away with something. In the near future, you've got the Seven of Wands reversed. Somebody's feeling overwhelmed. They're failing at whatever it is they're doing with this trickery stuff going on. They're overwhelmed and exhausted. The lens that's being looked through. The lens that's being looked through is a Nine of Wands reversed. They're overwhelmed. Their confidence is destroyed. They failed. They're paranoid. exhausted, on edge, struggling. In the environment, you've got the Two of Wands here in the upright, leaving home. The goals have been attained, there's reconciliation, and there is leaving home. Going on a journey, traveling, hopes and fears. Hopes and fears, it's the hope. A sensitive new love, full of possibility. And the outcome? Death. Death. And I was thinking about this earlier today, about all that's been happening, and with those ones tied to that black blob octopus thing that feels like death. It feels like death. And so it's like there's death. This is over. It's a metamorphosis. It's an end of a cycle. When I was thinking about that, the word funerary came to mind. And so we've got travel here in the environment. Goals have been attained. You're traveling. You're leaving home. And then on the end here, we've got death. And then there's funerary. And when I looked it up, it's like, what do they call that? Cremation. And we know that there has been talk about the earth burning or whatever, being purified by fire. And I really think that that may be happening in the near future. We've got a celebration. You're entering a happy time in your life. And it's a painful ending for those who are left behind. A tower will hit them, and the wheel of fortune has turned. You're very strong, you're very generous, and you're coming into your inheritance. And this devil here is bound. They're in a state of victim mentality because the star brought the truth and opportunity for justice, judgment and justice. I think that these ones who have been trying so hard to put out the light of the earth angels, they knew this was going to happen, and they expected that the earth angels would be left behind to face this this death by fire, and it just didn't work out that way. So we got the Emperor here. He could be here on behalf of the Earth Angels or with an Earth Angel, or he's just an authority figure who is restoring control and offering protection to the Earth Angel, or he's also restoring balance and harmony within this system of things. Absence. So he is restoring balance and harmony, probably, I think, for the absent father, for family units. Challenged by a detachment of the devil, gaining freedom from the devil, restoring control, releasing. Releasing the dark thoughts, the mental manipulations, the illusion. Ouija. So he's getting, there's freedom and detachment from whatever this devil has been calling forth with the Ouija board. It could be that whatever spell or whatever that was causing the absent father is being removed from the mental body. Whatever spirit that is that's been causing this kind of stuff going on. We've got the creation. So there's creation, manifestation, power, willpower, action. Action. Removing the haunting, removing the mental disturbance that has caused this. So he's here dealing with freedom of this this devilish Ouija board spirit attachment to the mental body of the absent father. That's what it looks like to me. Whatever mental spell or has occurred to this situation is being removed. We've got justice and then in the recent past. So there's the law of cause and effect, balance, fairness, and truth, arcana. Justice. Could be justice for the arcana, justice for the earth angel, justice for those who have been in service and yet kind of manipulated. Maybe there's going to be like there's the law of cause and effects. Balance, justice for the arcana, for the earth angel. Expectation is that there will be some betrayal, dishonesty. Somebody's going to try to get away with fraud. They're going to try to get away with tricking themselves. So they don't want to be seen as this, right? So they're going to try to trick. They're going to try to trick the emperor. We got important in the reverse. So they're trying to get away with something. They're not important. They're not seen as important. They won't be seen as important. They're trying to lie about something. They're making it seem as though it's not important. You know how that gaslighting stuff goes, or whatever, when they brush it under the carpet. So there's betrayal, but then they like throw it on you, or they somehow diminish the importance of the circumstance. So that could be what somebody's trying to do. They're trying to get away with something. They're trying to make it seem as though what they've done isn't really that important, like it has no value. So there is an expectation of this fraudulent activity going on. And then in the near future, you got 7 of Wands in the reverse. So they're being worn down. Their confidence is destroyed. They're going to give up. Whatever this fraudulent trickery, betrayal, dishonesty is, it's not working out. Compass. They failed to take your compass. They're on a pathway of overwhelm, perhaps. They failed to steal your pathway, your life path. The lens that's being looked through is the 9 of Wands reversed. So they're paranoid, they're on edge, they're being defensive, they're struggling and overwhelmed. Which you're leaving home, you're making travel plans, you're reconciled here. Making plans. Goals have been attained. This restoration of balance. This removal of whatever this mental thing was, causing absent fathers, perhaps. Absent parents. We've got limelight in the reverse. So this could be that those who are not... this could be the meek. Those who are not in limelight positions, those who aren't seen as important people, the meek, the humble, are making plans to move forward. Their goals have been attained. They're taken off. They're not seen as some giant, some important person. And they're going to be getting new love. That's the hope. News of a new love, a sensitive new love. Hardship, no hardship. It'll be a sensitive new love without hardship. That's the goal. The goal has been attained. Those who are not in the limelight, those who haven't been, rah, rah, shish kumbah, they've been at the bottom of the barrel. So basically those who were last are now first. This cycle is over. There's death here. I heard funerary just a couple hours ago. It could very well be, and they're making it sound like it's happening this month. I don't know when, but it seems to me like there's going to be that bifurcation of time or trifurcation of time, however that's going to be. There's going to be a split, and whatever timeline or reality, dimension or whatever that these witches are in, they're going to be, these devils here. The devils have no control. The witches are exhausted. It's over. There's attention being brought to this. It's the end of a cycle. There's attention here. Could be an announcement. There might be some sort of announcement. Or everybody's going to freaking know. I mean, when this transformation happens, you know, they say it's going to happen in a blink of an eye, right? Boom, there it is, and it's just done. We've got location, forgiveness, and faith. So it's the end of a cycle. There could be attention brought to a location, to a specific space. It could be whatever this timeline is, or dimensional reality, what happened with this split. I mean, there could be some attention brought to a specific location. Maybe everybody will see it. Everybody who has been forgiven, maybe they're going to see it. It could be that those who have been forgiven for their faith are going to get their things back. They're going to get their things back, meaning peace and time. So all the time that this teacher took from you, you know, however many lifetimes you went through of suffering, it could be that you're going to get all that back, all that life back. You're going to be getting it all back. All that time that you spent here in this war zone, gathering information, raising your vibration, plugging in love. Like, it's like you're the love virus, right? In the land of death or whatever. And you came here and you just love, 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 and boom. It's like there's going to be a transition, a transformation of a specific location. So we got the Emperor here, the leader restoring control, offering protection to the Earth Angel, restoring balance and harmony, regarding the absent father. And that, to me, that could be an absent parent, you know, the splitting up of parents, single parent homes, that kind of stuff. Responsibilities in the reverse. So yeah, so he could be making absent those who did not take their responsibilities serious. He's making absent those who were not responsible. with their families. And I don't mean this to mean it's not absent fathers or absent mothers. It's those these beings who think themselves gods and goddesses, and they didn't take family units seriously, and they taught people to be frivolous with their sexuality and stuff. And I think that's what's going on here. Those people specifically who engineered hauntings in the mind. Like even my Mormon friend, she's been married for a number of years. She's got teenage children, and she was attacked with this mental thing. She, in the dream state, somebody was wearing a mask of her husband, and they had sexual relations with somebody else. And when she woke up, she was just crushed, emotionally. And that's what these ones do. And I think a lot of times that's what causes absent parents, is the mind effery that has been going on. So whoever this is, those people who have been manufacturing these kinds of scenarios are being dealt with. So he's restoring freedom. His challenge is to free the mind of the people from the spirits driving them into whatever this is. Discord. Dishonesty in the reverse. So freedom from the spirits that have been attacking the mind, and a restoration of truth. Bringing clarity to the mental body of the people. Removing the haunting. Those streams of thought that pass through the mind that some people tend to claim as their own, but they're not. It's this stream of haunting. There's regret here. Somebody's in regret. They wish it had never happened. They're being made absent. The irresponsible parties who have been playing around with this devil and these spirits, causing hauntings in the minds of familial units and, everybody. They're in regret. We've got justice here, the law of cause and effect, fairness, clarity. There is clarity here being brought by the arcana, for the arcana. We got conversation in the reverse. There's no conversation. There's no talking about it. There's no discussion. We have the trickery. Somebody who lacks importance has been thieving and betraying and deceiving, getting away with trickery. There's no conversation here. So there's no conversation. Justice is being brought by the arcana. There is no talking about it. Whoever these people are that have been acting like that, they're not important. They have no importance. They're being seen as important. Whatever trickery they've been trying to get away with, it's being made unimportant. It's being undone, perhaps. The people who have been seen as important are not seen as important. Those who have been betraying people. Soul tie, overwhelmed. They're overwhelmed by a soul tie. They're overwhelmed. They're tied to something. They're tied to something. The spirits, they've tied themselves to this devilish energy here, and they're exhausted. They failed to get your pathway, to steal your compass. Space. They're being separated from you. It could be that their compass is going to wind up here. They're going to be alone. They could be in solitary confinement. They could be set apart from anybody and everybody who could help them get out of this. There won't be any banding together to do dirty crimes. They're on edge, paranoid, this witch. Their values were all about money. They didn't care about family. You're moving forward. There's plans to leave home. You're reconciled. You're not seen as a limelight giant. You're not seen as some fancy, movie star or rock star or politician or some sort of leader, whatever. You're no giant. You're just the average. You're the meek. You're the meek. The humble. Literally. We've got secrets here. There's some secrets going on. You might not know everything yet. There may need to be some form of, I think we're only being told what we need to know. Like the where this is all going to go down, where everybody's going to wind up, may still be, it may not be seen. Where this split is going to happen, where everybody's, going to wind up. We've got the new love without hardship is the hope. Something you won't want to escape from. Something you won't need to escape from. It's going to be a sensitive new love that you won't want to run away from. And I like this because a while back, I was told that the people will be given a life that they don't want to run away from. And that's this. It's not going to have hardship in it, and you won't want to run away from it. There is death here. It's an end of a cycle. There is attention being brought to a location. It could be that there's attention being brought to those who have been spying on your location, like remote viewing, astral traveling into your space, that kind of stuff. Those who have been creeping around your house as spirits or whatever, haunting your environment. It could be that there is attention brought to that. Those who have been those who are reminiscing, there could be a reminiscing about the inside jokes, how funny they thought it was to mess around with you, to stick you with an invisible rod, or to come in and harvest your womb energy, or to try to give you a heart attack, this kind of crap, Yeah, the truth is going to be revealed. And they're feeling broken and shattered about it. They're confused about self-love. Because all they've known is just sex without appreciation. You're moving into soul contract that is reciprocal. It's an even, equal give and take, harmonious. The power of two. And what we got going on here? We got indecisive. They sabotage themselves. They don't know what to do. They're really feeling your absence, and people are gossiping about the way they neglected you. Okay? You're in reunion here. You're going home. It looks like the meek are going home to a secret location. I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know what a timeline shift looks like. I've been asking, is it going to be a ship? Are we getting on ships? And I keep getting no. We're not getting on ships. So it's like there is just going to be a timeline split. And I know May 29th, 1996, I wrapped my car around a telephone pole, and I happen to know for a fact that in one scenario I died, and in another scenario timelines were shifted so that I could still be here for whatever reason. And so I know that the Most High can go boom, like in an instant, and time is done. It's shifted into a whole new thing, and you don't even really know. Except for 2 days after that, I walked around like I was dead, because I was actually in another timeline dead. But so for 2 days, I kind of felt dead. And I suppose because I was on another timeline, and then my soul kind of came together again. And then it went into this big over 2 decades of like spiritual warfare. They wanted me out of this place, and I just wouldn't go, man. I just wouldn't go. So it's been very intense, and I'm very happy that this is where we're at. Many of you may have had near-death experiences, or actually have this awareness, like I just explained. Maybe something like that happened to you too, and you were necessary for this present moment. And maybe, timelines were adjusted simply so you could be here to exit and to go to this place that is being prepared. This secret place for the meek, for the humble, for those who have been reconciled. The people need to be tested. Some people chose the devil and dark stuff, and some people didn't, And it looks like there's a separation. It's going to happen real soon. We got Rocky. Excuse me. So the Emperor's here, rules and power, about stability and structure. He's here with an Earth Angel or with the Earth Angels. This Emperor could be the King, the mighty King. It could be he who has all authority here, working with the Earth Angels to make absent those who are irresponsible. Those who made life a rough road for you. Those who are not responsible. And I'm not talking about, those who we have disagreements with. I'm talking about those invisible string pullers who were driving the minds, the mental body, and the experiences of the collective. Intentionally. Intentionally for money. So the challenge here is we got a release of the devil, a detaching from the devil, a detaching from those spirits that they have been calling forth to haunt people, and a restoration of truth, or a bringing forth of truth, or yeah. ending. And an ending. A restoration of truth and ending this cycle with death up there in the outcome. We've got the Magician here. So there's manifestation, or actually what I think this is like there's an action being taken to remove the haunting, to remove whatever has been driving the mental body of the collective, these spirits called forth by these witches to haunt the minds, to destroy family units. Those third parties are in regret. They're these ones who were irresponsible. They're being made absent for making life rough for you, and they're in regret. The truth is out. The Emperor is bringing out the truth and putting an end to this. There's justice here, the law of cause and effect, by the arcana, for the arcana. There's no talking about it. We're done talking about it. We're not going to talk about it. There's just doing. It's all about action now. There's no talking about it. It's all about action. We've got forgiving. So we're not talking. We're not going to talk about forgiveness. He's not hearing it. He's not talking about it. We're not even going to discuss it. No conversation about forgiving. They betrayed you. They stole from you. They were dishonest. They tried to get away with something tricky. They're not important. And they're overwhelmed by a soul tie that they've got here with the devil. They're drowning. They're going under. The devil's going to pull them right down. They made all kinds of soul ties with this devil. And now they're going down. They're unimportant. They're not important. This was trickery. This was fraud. These people aren't really important. They're just messing around, hurting others. Playing pretend, messing with minds, taking their money, taking their life, taking their soul, their vitality. These empty vessels. So we've got, they're exhausted. Their confidence is destroyed. Their compass is leading to space. Isolation. We got neglect here, and it says not paying attention to what's important. It's like now all of a sudden they want to pay attention to what's important. It's like, oh, okay, let's pay attention to what's important. It's like, okay, well, it's too late. They're not going to be able to neglect you anymore. Their compass is leading them to a space of isolation. They won't be able to neglect you anymore. They can't neglect anything. They're going to have to deal with it. Whatever it is. They can't bring you neglect. They're not going to play with you anymore. They're exhausted. They're paranoid. They're on edge and they're tired. They're feeling like they're drowning. They got this soul tie. It's draining them. It's draining them. The devil is literally eating their soul. Of this witch who made soul contracts for money. They figured you were going to pay that price, Earth Angel. They thought that you were the one who was going to be stuck here, and it just didn't work out that way. The Emperor's not kidding around when it comes to his Earth Angels. It's like, okay, who are my Earth Angels? And he knows what they are. Not just dressed up in a fancy light suit, you know, with a black soul or whatever. No. Blind spot. They didn't see this coming. They got caught up in a whirlwind. They did not see this coming. They thought for sure they had it in the bag. So there is a leaving home. Goals have been attained. There's a reconciliation. Those who are not in the limelight, meaning those who are meek and humble, are going to a secret location. We have adrift here, but what it says is it's time to commit and put down roots. So adrift, it says not willing to settle down or be responsible. But then it also says time to commit and put down roots. So I think that maybe you have been adrift. These people, these witches, have had the absent fathers, the irresponsible units, family units all over, have been kind of out there flying around, separated, willy-nilly. There's no stability. There's no solid family tree units anymore in this reality. So they've been kind of floating around out there, and now it's time to commit and put down roots. In a secret location, those who are meek, those who are humble, they're going to get a sensitive new love without hardship, and it'll be a life that they don't want to escape from. It'll be a nice life filled with love. Your needs won't be neglected. It could very well be that your compass, your pathway is one that isn't full of neglect. Needs. We got needs in the reverse. What this card says, if emotional needs aren't being met, it's time to reassess. Touch is important too. So if emotional needs aren't being met. So in the reverse, this tells me that your emotional needs will be met. That touch, the holding hands, head on shoulder, being near. All your needs will be met. It's in the reverse, but the card, the way that it reads, tells me that your needs are going to be met. So touch is important too. You're gonna have your emotional needs met, your physical needs met. This is the end of a cycle there with the death card. This is a new beginning. You're transitioning. There's attention brought to a specific location. There's a reminiscing about the inside jokes. Flighty. They're full of anxiety. They're flighty. They don't know. They don't know what's gonna happen. They're full of anxiety. It says not knowing what they're going to do next causes you anxiety. It could be that these people here that were reminiscing or laughing at the inside jokes about tearing apart family units, about causing you to be adrift without a strong family unit and tree, generational stuff. They don't know what's going to happen. It could be that they're having anxiety about the inside jokes. There's attention brought to a location, and it could be that whoever this is that was reminiscing about the inside jokes, that is a location where they were. I don't know. Are they all located in one spot? Or is this transition just going to like hit them? Like Death. Death. Attention being brought to the location of those people who were joking and laughing about throwing your life into anxiety. They're having anxiety now. Death is like it's like it's like the angel of death or whatever is just going to go out and hit these people. I guess in the Bible, or the Jews or whatever think about Passover or whatever, blood or whatever on your door makes the angel of death go by or whatever. This angel of death is gonna, the attention is being brought to a location of those people who were joking around about this kind of stuff, about sending spirits after you to haunt your mind, to split up your family unit, to cause you heartbreak, to set you adrift without a stable, when the mother and father split up, then all of a sudden there's no steady foundation, right? You've got two single parents now with a broken home. There's child support, there's rent to pay, now there's two rents to pay. And so it's like people have been set adrift in this circumstance, and it was all orchestrated by these people who thought it was really, really funny. And now it looks like the angel of death is paying attention to the specific locations of those people who were joking about making your life really, really hard. Crap. I don't think you can escape the angel of death. Everything's in ruins. Everything's falling to pieces. And they're looking for an exit plan because they lost. They have to face it. They're tired. And they're guilty. I keep getting it's going to happen this month. And it's already the 14th. They sabotage themselves, trying to sabotage you. The Emperor is here, restoring balance and harmony. He's making absent those who were irresponsible regarding family units, those who had made that a very rough situation for families. Purposely, these people who were haunting, they were sending spirits out in the mind and totally destroying the family units, the trust, the foundation, the ability to love in a steady fashion. Hello, baby. It looks like the Emperor will welcome an apology. I want you to know your presence is appreciated and I can be a safe space for you. I'm still not over what happened and would appreciate an apology. This sounds to me like confession and remorse. So he's giving them an opportunity to confess and apologize, to humble themselves. There is a detachment from this devilish energy, from these spirits. There is a restoration of truth. This is ending. This is the challenge. There's going to be a fresh start. We got sage advice. People, he's offering a fresh perspective. I've been thinking about your situation and I'd like to offer a fresh perspective. So he's like, all right, he's welcoming an apology. He's offering a fresh perspective. He's offering the truth here. This scenario is ending. It's not going to continue the way that it has. There is clarity being restored to the mental body, to the collective mental field. Somebody's in regret. They wish it had never happened. Travel. Travel. There's going to be a traveling soon. You're going to be leaving home. The meek are going to a secret location where they will be in a committed relationship and put down roots. That's what's going to happen. It could be that he's bringing mental clarity about the haunting. Yeah. Whoever this is, he's welcoming an apology. He's offering confession and whatever that is when you're forgiven. But I don't know, because in the recent past, we've got justice for the arcana and there's no conversation about forgiving. Maybe they didn't want to talk about I don't know, at that time. There's no conversation about forgiving. There's justice for the arcana. There's no conversation about forgiveness. Justice for the arcana. And they're desperate for a safe space. So we've got they stole the status of importance from the earth angels. They were tricking people. They were committing fraud. These unimportant people made soul tie connections with the devil. And they're being drained. They're drowning. They're going under. It says ask for help. And it looks like they have an opportunity to apologize and get a fresh perspective. And we have negative. They're uncertain. They're negative. My intentions are not yet clear and still trying to figure out. So they don't know what they want to do. They're hiding their true intentions. And they don't actually care about your well-being. So they don't care about you. And they're uncertain what to do. Because they don't care. So there's the Seven of Wands reversed. They're exhausted. They're given up. Their confidence is destroyed. They are in, it looks to me like they're in solitude. They've been put in solitary confinement, perhaps. And they can't bring neglect to your pathway. They can't curse your pathway. We've got exhaustion again here in the lens that's being looked through. Paranoia, fatigue, lack of motivation for this witch whose values were all about money. They got caught up in a whirlwind. They couldn't see what was really going on. It was a blind spot. And it's goodbye. And it's goodbye. You're leaving the witches behind. You're moving forward. You've got leaving home, Two of Wands. You're leaving home. There is the goals have been attained. You're reconciled. You are not in the limelight. You're meek, you're humble, and you're going to a secret location where you will commit and put down roots. A new opportunity for a family unit. Yeah, man. Somebody's bragging about being dishonest. You got a new love. The hope is a new love without hardship that you don't want to escape from, where your emotional needs will be met. And the physical touch is important. It could be also that those who are bragging about being dishonest won't have their needs met. Because they weren't willing to settle down and be responsible. Imposter. There won't be any imposters in this new cycle. There's no witches sneaking in a snatched body or any of that. So there's no imposters. End of a cycle. Death is here, and I think this is the angel of death paying attention to specific locations of those people who have been laughing and joking about throwing your life into anxiety, into chaos, your relationships, your family, your ability to have a family, build a family. Those people who were laughing and joking about tearing apart familial units and destroying the foundation of the children. Death is going for them. That's what it looks like to me. Friendly. They want to be friendly. I'm sorry. Small favor. So they're going to come forward. Somebody be prepared for somebody to come forward and try to be friendly and apologize to you. But this apology doesn't go to you. This apology goes to the Emperor. The Emperor is sitting here in the central energy welcoming an apology. So if anybody's coming up saying, I'm sorry, being all friendly, asking for a small favor, this is a corded connection. This is an agreement to be attached to whoever this is. And there, that, you know, with the witch, there's an opportunity to swap or whatever. I wouldn't even entertain it. It's like they may want to get your health and your career by this small favor. They're gonna try to work something. They may want to check in, but it's greed. Yeah. They want to change. They want to manipulate your perspective. They want to trick you. And fortunately, you're uninterested in this chaos or offering them a loan or going on a date. You're just not interested. You're waiting for love. A love let's work together to achieve shared success. This is what you're waiting for. And it isn't these ones coming back to offer a freaking I'm sorry. They need to go talk to God. I'm sorry. You need to go talk to God because whatever, because it's over. You got to go talk to this Emperor here. They're desperate. They need a safe space. The angel of death is coming for their location, wherever they happen to be. Those who were laughing, and it's all known who that was and where they're at. Goals have been attained. Everything this Emperor needs, he has. Triumph. The Emperor is triumphing over this. And I hear these jackwagons. Spirit, please show me a yes. Thank you. Please show me a no. Thank you. Will any of these witches or any of their cohorts that have been siphoning the wealth and the energy, feasting on souls of the collective and their mental body, be able to use any soul as an appetizer or a foodstuff for their dark Satan demon? Thank you. Are the meek and the humble free to go about their business? Thank you. Ready. So you're ready, making preparations. There's arrangements. This Emperor already has the arrangements made. There's a detachment from this devil and the spirits who have been haunting the mental body, the collective field. This is ending. We're coming back into truth, and he's offering these people a fresh perspective. He's got sage advice for them. Profession, about the work they've been doing. This is ending. He'd like to offer a fresh perspective about the work they've been doing with this conflict. There is clarity being restored to the collective mental body. These ones are in regret. They wish it had never happened. And there's travel here. Everybody's going to wherever it is they need to go. Somebody's taking a trip. Perseverance. Travel. Perseverance. You get to travel. You're going somewhere because you persevered through this. You endured the challenge. And now you get to go. And they're furious. So justice is served for the arcana. There's no conversation about forgiving. Those people, these witches, are desperate for a safe space. We got death here. Death again. Death in the recent past. Death in the outgoing energy. It looks like there's a freaking death fest going on. And then we got ending in the challenge position. Death, ending. It's over. They were fraudulent. They weren't really important. They made soul ties with the devil to seem that way. They stole this from other people. They're overwhelmed by this. They're being drained. They're uncertain. They're having a very negative outlook on this because they're drowning. They're going under. This was all an illusion. And they don't care about your well-being. They still don't care. They're in a space, like a solitary space. It could be solitary confinement. They could be in their own, like nobody's there to feed off of or to generate some kind of energy that they can manifest anything with. It could be that these spirits that they've been working with are severed off. They can't even work with that. It's like their confidence is destroyed. They're exhausted. They're overwhelmed. They failed. And they can't bring any neglect to your pathway. They're blind. They're in this space of solitary confinement and they're blind. So they can't use their third eye. They can't astral travel. They can't spy on you. They can't remote view. They can't see what you're doing, so they can't wear a mask and pretend to be you. They could be having actual vision problems. They're paranoid and struggling. This witch, whose values were all about money, they hit a blind spot. They got caught up in a whirlwind. They didn't see what was really going on. And now it's time for goodbye. It's time to part ways. Memory. We got memory here, but on the bottom of this, it also says reunion and commemoration, remembrance. It could be that you are being remembered. There is a reunion. You may have came here as an earth angel for a specific task, for a specific mission, and you have accomplished it. You may be getting your memory back about that, or you're reuniting with those who you left to come here to do this. You're leaving home. You've attained your goals. You're meek. You're humble. You're going to a secret location to have a brand new, sensitive new love where you will be in a solid commitment and be able to put down roots and grow a wonderful family tree for generations to come. It's a new love, a sensitive love. It's not going to be full of hardship. It won't be with an imposter who's there to just scam you, hurt you, take your soul, whatever. You're not going to want to escape from this. These people who are bragging, who were dishonest and bragging about hurting you, their needs aren't going to be met. And that's not good news for them. They were bragging, they were lying, and they're not getting good news. They're not going to receive a miracle. They won't receive a miracle. No miracle for them. No miracle for them. Their needs won't be met. Like yours weren't met. They're going to have to go through what they put you through. And I don't know, to what level times what, whether times 2, times 3. I don't know how many times they attacked you, or how many relationships they destroyed for you, or what exactly went down for you. But, many of you were like lifelong projects for groups of people to, bring destruction to your happiness. You're the gift. You're the vitality. You're the life force that brings delight in this world. Or to a family unit or whatever. You're the gift. And they did their very best to make your life hell. And they really did a great job of it for most people. But you're coming into a nice, beautiful new start. A new family tree. A promise. With somebody who isn't an imposter. It'll be the real deal. The real deal is coming for you. The death angel is going for everybody who destroyed your life. And who knows how many cycles. I think this has been going on for thousands of years. Really. And when you think about the average lifespan, what? Not even 100 years. And you think about, 2,000 years? That's 20 lives of this mental torture and, heart-shattering betrayals and stuff. It's ridiculous, and murders and stuff, however you died violently, most likely, in many instances for some of you, especially you powerful light wielders, As much trauma as they could bring you is what they gave you. And you have really, look at that. You're still here in love. They're frightened. They're going to come forward as though they're friendly. They want to apologize. They're frightened because the death angel's coming for them. Those who took bribes to hurt you. They're mentally disturbed. Those who took bribes to disturb you. To mentally disturb you. To haunt you. That's being undone. The Emperor's undoing it. You have reached the top of your mountain. You're king or queen of the mountain. You have received aid, a kindness, a mercy. And these ones are being cast away for cursing you, for doing rituals on you. You're worth saving, preserving, and you have reached your goal as expected. And these ones are furious because they're stuck with the nightmare that they created. They're sick and they're in danger. And everybody's might, wow, these third wheel enemies might be getting bullied. They're very embarrassed. People are gossiping about them. They tried to rob you of your vow, of your sacred vow, of your spiritual connection, of your holy matrimony. And now they're going to have to live and learn. And you did also during this trial. And this is the conclusion. You have gained a win. You've got the fruit there in your hand. The entire orchard. And there's evidence of the strategies that they utilized against you to cause you loss by wearing masks. They were coached and obedient to move against your eternal love. But you're coming into your eternal love. You got that coming on. You got a promise of it right there. A new family tree with somebody who's not going to lie to you. They're not an imposter. They're not faking it. You'll be able to trust it with the gift of who you are. I hope this brings clarity and ease to the mind for whatever it is that you may have already intuitively knew. And I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.